reaction to LSU coming here?
I mean, it's fitting, number one, for this team because not many people have talked a lot about our team, throughout the season. And we've got one of the best teams in the country. But again, you got to beat great teams, and LSU's program is their program. I think it's awesome. LSU coming here will bring out the best in everybody that's here. But they're not the only team here. And I have to remind our guys that we've got to play really good against Long Island to play Wofford or LSU. So I'm excited about it, but I'm more excited for our guys. And this is the time of year that, as a coach, if you've done your job, you don't have to do nearly as much because the guys, it's their time.
How difficult as a national seed can it be to not overlook that, first 1-4 game, not potential matchups?
It's not hard for me, and I can tell them, I've been in the shoes that they've been in, national seed, and lost to Davidson. So that's exactly what I will tell them at the end of the practice today. Like, if you want to talk about LSU, the next thing you know, you don't ever play LSU for some reason or the other. So this team, it won't be difficult. We've got a lot of guys that watched Arkansas celebrate on our field. We got a lot of guys that had to go on the road last year and watch their teammates season in a regional. So, that's motivation. It always is. And these guys are driven, and they know we're playing at home, and playing at home means something.
How does that experience in 2022 playing SEC teams like Georgia and Arkansas kind of help for the guys that are still here?
Yeah. I mean, you look at the history of, in the ACC and the SEC, you looked at the national seeds and the host. The ACC teams were going somewhere, and they weren't going to other ACC teams. So I told our coaches last night that I really felt like we were going to get an SEC team as a 2 seed. And in my heart of hearts, for some reason, I thought it was going to be Mississippi State or LSU, and it ended up being LSU. But our league is really good. And when you face teams that we faced all year, and you face a guy like Chase Burns, and you face an offense like Virginia's, our guys know, like, hey, we played these teams, and now all these teams are going to be similar. But that's what our league does for us, thankfully.
What do you grew up playing Parks Harbor 2 years ago in the region?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. I didn't watch that one from the dugout against Georgia. I was in an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
But I watched it on TV.
Why were you out there?
And my breath got taken away when that ball was hit, and then I celebrated with the people I was watching the game with when he robbed it. What great memories that was, good and bad, I guess. But for Parks, when there's a coaching change, and you've been in a place like that, and you grew up with Georgia, guy tells you how much faith he had in our program when he visited, and he's a very academic kid as well. But we wouldn't be where we are without Parks Harbor. And I look at Georgia's offense, I'm like, goodness gracious, if he was still at Georgia, they might have 200 home runs. So I'm just thankful that he chose us.
Scott, when you guys obviously get together to watch this today, it's an exciting time, and you find out who's finally coming here. After that, did you have a quick message for these guys before you head out here to practice, and what was it, or what thoughts were you giving?
Just go to work. That's been the message the whole year. As cliche as it sounds, don't miss today, don't miss being together. The Friday will come fast enough, but our backbone has been being process oriented, not being too high, not being too low. We lifted early this morning before. Our position players lifted at 9:15. Practice has already been set up, and they know that practice is important. And really, I told them Thursday is an NCAA practice. It's like 80 minutes, so it's almost like a walkthrough in football the day before. So these next 3 days, we've got to get to work. We've got to do our preparation. But the biggest message from me to them is it's not about who we're playing. It's about us and our preparation and us being ready to play. Because if we play well, we can beat anybody. If we don't play well, anybody can beat us.
Is this your first practice since the game?
No, we had let's see, today, practice. We got together yesterday. We got back mid-afternoon Saturday. Guys slept in yesterday, and then we got together. The position players did a stretch/yoga session. The pitchers were on the field because, they're creatures of habits, and they like their routines, and certain guys wanted to throw. And then today, because, we're used to playing midweek games too. And we want to prepare our guys, so we've probably got 8 to 10 pitchers, including some of our horses that want to throw live against hitters. to get an inning in and to be sharp for the weekend. So that's what we'll do here in a minute if the rain holds off.
32-2 at home this season. You haven't lost back-to-back games here at the Bosh all year long. I mean, how much of a comfort is that going into postseason play?
That's a big comfort. Playing at home means something. And I told the crowd today, we had a great crowd here. It's just amazing to see that. Not trying to go off the question that you asked, but when I first got here, we wouldn't have had a crowd like this. In 1999, show up for a selection show, so that's really neat to see. But what was your question? I just drew a blank.
You haven't lost back-to-back games.
Gotcha. Playing at home at the Bosh. Yeah, Lord have mercy. You get to play here. That means somebody's got to come through us at our home, and we don't have to pack bags. We don't have to get on a bus. We don't have to get on a plane. There's a comfort factor in that, and we're excited about it. And we need our fans to buy every single ticket, so other fans don't.
Is there any special plan for Vance going forward after the back spasms over the weekend?
Man, he felt great today. He felt good enough against Wake Forest on Friday night. But yesterday he felt a little bit better, and then today he told me, he's like, for the most part, I feel as good as I did before it spasmed up. So we just keep an eye on it. He has a certain mattress here, which also helps playing at home. And we'll get his treatment, but he looks great, so we just get him ready.
He looked like he was moving pretty good Friday night in the outfield.
Yeah.
We tracked down some balls.
He was way better, but when you have back spasms, it can happen in the middle of the game. But they were able to get it calmed down, and he told me, that morning that he felt like he was going to be good enough to go, and he could have played against Pitt too. I just felt like, okay, let's give him one more day.
I'm not trying to get him any NIL deals, but do you know what kind of mattress it is that
That's a great question. I don't know. He's probably already got some. I would assume.
He should, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have no idea.
Yeah.
My guess would be, what would y'all guess? Tempur-Pedic?
Sleep number?
Sleep number, Serta.
I liked how you blamed the hotel bed in Charlotte the other day. That was pretty good.
I know. Is that bad?
No.
I know. I'm a big Marriott guy too.
Yeah,
Hopefully
same here.
Hopefully they won't hold that against me.
So you plan on Shea Friday? Jason Friday, Shea Saturday?
I don't know yet. When practice is over today, I've got a conference call at 4 with the NCAA, and we'll find out what time we play. Based on whether or not they TV can tell you what time. I don't know. We need to look at all 3 teams. I do feel like we have flexibility with our 3 starters of switching it if we want to. I don't think it's a big deal. We'll look at it more as what we feel like is the best matchup for game 1 and throw that guy. And then, or if they're equal, or who's the better matchup against Wofford or LSU.
Were some of your New York guys fired up about LIU coming here?
Well, there's an ongoing joke about it because I'm always messing with DeCaro.
Okay. I didn't know if Castagnazzi.
Yeah, those 2 guys especially. They talk about all the time the Sharks. We were watching them play somebody on TV, maybe Miami early in the season.
Okay.
I think they went to Miami, and they were talking about the next couple of days. They probably know some guys there, and from being from up there. So we were just saying how ironic it would be if they were in our region when they popped up. That's why the guys went crazy.
3 days removed now from that Wake game. What are kind of the major takeaways from you and your coaching staff?
Really, I thought it was an unbelievable game. A thing here or there, when you're trying to bunt against 100, people say, how do you prepare for that? Honestly, I don't know if we do prepare for it because I'm afraid somebody's going to get hurt if I put the machine on 100. So you just gotta hope they can get it down. So I wasn't too hard on our guys about that and that nasty slider. I thought the most impressive thing about that game for us was, our guys are human beings. They know that we're going to be a national seed. They know we're going to host. We go down 4-0. But one of the traits of this team is 27 outs. And they kept plugging, kept it close enough. And then all of a sudden we took the lead. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win. I think the biggest thing that I'll take away from that is probably, a different decision here or there that will make us all better in this region.
Was that one of the best games you ever been involved in? It was a pretty dang high-level game.
The crowd made it, if there hadn't been a sellout, it wouldn't have been the same. The buzz, I think, that's what these guys deserve. The best 2 games I've been involved in, and I can't say it's the best because we lost. But in 13, we played state, I believe, 18 innings in the ACC tournament.
You won that game.
We won that game. Carlos Rodon threw 10 innings.
He did. It was a 17-inning game.
17-inning game.
Yeah.
We won.
Some of us were there.
Yeah, I mean, it was phenomenal. And then we had to get up the next day
Right.
and play Virginia Tech. And I had 2 pitchers on the game card, Taylor Cherry and Trevor Kelly. And it's like, well, we'll see how this goes. And
You won the game?
We won the game. We won the game. And then the Florida Atlantic game here, that same year, the regional, where I'm in here in the dugout thinking, like, this might be one of the best, if not the best seasons we've had top to bottom. And I might be on the road recruiting tomorrow after they hit that grand slam off Benton Moss, and they hit the 3-run home run off of McHugh. So I've been fortunate to be in great games.
Yeah.
But I'm always going to pick the ones that we come out on top as the greatest, that's for sure.
Talk about the experience level. Guys like Colby that had been here and done this. You got a ton of young guys. You got a ton of older guys that hadn't played in a tournament. Really. Just talk about the importance of those older guys.
Yeah, they're the ones that lead the way anyway in the locker room. But they're the ones that we need to lead through that. And then having a guy like Parks Harbor that's played in the SEC and been on the road in regionals is also important. But going back to that game in Charlotte, that's why I'm glad that draw ended up being that draw. We didn't come out on top, but we knew, okay, when that happened, they're going to throw Chase Burns. Everybody wants to come see the potential first pick, and everybody wants, a lot of Tar Heels in the area. So really, I mean, I don't think this place holds how many people were at that game?
There were 9 plus.
Yeah,
9,000.
so we won't get 9,000 in here, I don't think. We're going to have to find a way to make sure the LSU fans aren't having their RVs with parking down there on field hockey. But
That's a good one.
that's going to help the newer guys like D'Onofrio, Madera, playing in that big environment. But I also tell the guys, I was like, listen, in 2006 I was in the dugout when Flack hit that walk-off, and those guys had not been to Omaha. We hadn't been to Omaha since 1989, so every season's new, and the biggest thing is when that first pitch starts, you have to know that your adrenaline level's going to be higher, your emotions are going to be higher, you're going to be amped up, and then you just have to slow down.
Scott, listening to you talk the last couple weeks, I mean, you won the Coastal, you had the best record in the ACC, and you still kind of talked about having a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. Do you think that these guys, this team, are hungry for this moment and the tournament that's ahead of them? Yeah,
100%, because the guys here, I mean, they all become Tar Heels, and they understand the tradition. And if you really go back and look at it, that's what I was talking about to the crowd when I was texting with Coach Fox last night is since 2006, we had 2 seasons where we didn't make a regional, but just go look at how many times we've hosted a regional and how many times we've been a national seed. Doesn't mean we went to Omaha every single time. And it's like, it's taken for granted sometimes, I think, and because it's really, really hard to do. So I've reminded these guys, like, obviously don't be content with what you've done, because this is why you do it, so you can play at home.
Sure.
But the percentages of hosting are under 7% because there's so many Division I teams, and being a national seed is under 3%. And I think we've been a national seed maybe 7-8 times, somewhere in that bunch, and hosted a lot. I hope the people that support these guys say, hey, it ain't that easy. Just look across, Florida just played the national championship. LSU just played in the national championship, but they're not hosting. It's not easy. Ole Miss won the national championship 3 years ago, and this is back-to-back seasons without making the regional. Look at Louisville. I mean, Louisville's one of the best programs top to bottom in the ACC the last however many years they've been in the ACC, and I believe this is 3 out of 4 years for them not getting in. I thought they should have got in. So that's why, I think the tradition and appreciating that, and these guys want to pay that back to those players, this place is good at baseball, and they want to try to make a statement and get back to Omaha and be the first team to ever win a national championship, because it's not something we've done.
And you thought you were done with Tommy Tanks?
Man, shoot.
Good question.
You know what? I've always respected the player he is, and I felt like we'll probably have to face him sometime. Most likely it would have been in Omaha if we made it last year, and sure enough, he comes up, and I'm like, I really felt like in my heart of hearts, LSU was going to be here at NC State. So, we'll face him again. We faced him 2 years ago, 4 games.
Did it surprise you that East Carolina is a host and Duke isn't?
Man, they've been so good for so long. I'm not in that committee, so no, it didn't really surprise me. I didn't break it down enough, and that's the good thing of having a great year, because I've been on the other side where you saw some of those teams. You saw James Madison, they didn't know if they were getting in, and then 2010, all of a sudden we're in. We didn't make the ACC tournament. We were ecstatic. So I also don't take for granted today. But when that's the case, I don't pay attention to anything except I know that we're hosting. I know we're a national seed, and whoever we play is whoever we play. But we're going to be playing at home. We all get to sleep in our own bed and come in here and enjoy being at Boshamer Stadium. Thank y'all.